Let's talk about the most interesting topic. It's specialist salaries. And let's do this for, say, a network engineer. Let's start with the lowest level, junior network engineer, or maybe just network engineer. Who is this person? This is someone who simply likes networks and everything related to them. They have minimal theoretical knowledge in terms of understanding what routing is, what VLANs are, trunks, and other interesting basic terms. Maybe they've read a couple of articles on this topic about some modern solutions and so on. Besides this, they have minimal awareness of the modern IT world, what virtualization is, what a database is, and all that stuff. And then, with this minimal knowledge baggage, practically no experience whatsoever, but with a huge desire to develop in this direction, they come to an interview. There they tell about themselves that they really wanted to work with networks, and after successfully passing such an interview, they get hired. Their salary in this position ranges from $65,000 to $75,000 per year. Here they primarily handle simple routine tasks. They configure equipment using ready templates, check communication channel functionality, solve small technical issues, serve as first-line support that handles various straightforward tasks. Here they gain experience and knowledge, and after about 2 or 3 years of such work, they start aiming for the next level. Middle network engineer. In this position, the salary ranges from $90,000 to $110,000 per year. A middle network engineer is very similar to a junior network engineer, except management now gives them much larger or perhaps more complex tasks. Also, during their work, they somehow manage to get some completely unique issues. For example, a company has 10 offices, each connected via VPN tunnel. The equipment used is all the same brand. And suddenly, for some reason, equipment from a different manufacturer appears in one of the offices. They need to set up the same VPN tunnel with it. It seems like the same thing, practically the same buttons, but now it's a bit different. You need to show some creativity, look at how that equipment works, what features it has. Quite simple it seems, but nevertheless more interesting. And this way the engineer grows and develops more and more, building up their experience. Over time, if they're not foolish, they will learn more from their direct responsibilities. And they can also develop their outlook by learning about modern technologies. And what does developing your outlook mean? It's not that difficult actually. Let's say during your workday you contacted one of your colleagues, whether they work with networks or other things, and you heard a new term. Let's say virtualization. If you don't know what it is, just look it up, Google it, and read literally a 2, 3, 4 paragraph article that explains what it is. That's it. Your outlook is already expanded. If you read one such article every day, imagine how much you'll know in just a year. Outlook isn't detailed knowledge of everything, how to configure this and that. It's understanding how the modern world works. And each such article adds a huge amount of knowledge to your collection. Use it. So a senior network engineer, after 2 to 3 years of direct practice, constant skill development, and expanding their outlook, can already aim for the next, 3rd level senior network engineer. Specialists in this position earn from $100,000 and $20,000. They already know how to optimally configure equipment, how to efficiently spend their time, and generally how to optimize their entire work process. They primarily solve all non-standard tasks that appear in their work. Overall, their responsibilities can be divided into 2 vectors, 2 directions. First direction is how to modify the existing network to meet modern requirements and certain tasks. And the second is how to implement something new into the existing network, naturally without breaking the old stuff. This can include, for example, replacing one piece of equipment with another, say with newer, or more powerful equipment. It can include, for example, moving from one data center to another, and similar quite complex but very interesting tasks. Here, one way or another, your horizons end up expanding practically without your consent, because all these tasks require not only knowledge of your specific equipment, but also how it's integrated with your colleagues, with other IT processes, and with all the rest of the groundwork. One way or another, you have to dive into all the nuances and details and try to ensure that your actions lead exclusively to positive results. The next few years in this position turn a specialist into a true professional, ready to solve any tasks set before them with maximum efficiency. Next comes the fourth level. However, at this point, careers begin to branch out. There are three main directions an engineer can grow into. If the company is small, then most likely the positions will include all three. However, if it's a large company where you work, well, for example, a bank, maybe some factory or other major corporate organization, then there will definitely be one of these three positions. First, this is the team lead engineer. Who is this? This is practically the same senior engineer, already a ready professional, but who now deals not so much with routine tasks, as with their optimization and completely new, unique trends, equipment, implementations, integrations, and similar things. They handle direct support and maintenance of existing infrastructure. What already exists, they try to optimize, streamline, and excel specifically in this direction. The second vector, this is the network architect. This is already a person who, on the contrary, deals not with maintaining the current, but specifically with the architecture of something new, something that doesn't yet exist in the company. This person expands their horizons even further. They look at all modern trends, solutions, and then their task is to take an assigned task from somewhere above, from management, from the big bosses, one way or another, to look at all the tools available in the current market, choose the most suitable and effective ones from them, and try to implement them into the existing infrastructure. Accordingly, this is specifically network development. And the third position, this is the project manager. Who is this? This is already a person who possesses not so much technical knowledge, but more developed communication skills. Their primary task is to unite all process participants, namely management, which simply expresses certain desires about what they need and sets tasks. These are architects who are specifically engaged in planning and developing new systems and technologies. And these are engineers who directly handle further implementation, configuration, and support. All these people individually, even if they're professionals, need a connecting link, which is exactly what this project manager is. They may not have such deep technical knowledge, however, they must speak a common language with all these process participants. And together, they can already achieve excellent results when there's understanding of what to do, how to do it, and what will happen with it next. The next level, this is already the management level, the supervisor level. We'll talk about them some other time.